I'm Tonalli and you're watching Wolfpack Performing Arts. Today is Makeup Monday and I will be featured in today's Makeup Monday and I will be teaching you how to do a male makeup tutorial. So if you want to learn how to do it, stay tuned. Okay, so as you see here, I prepped my face on this side just so I can show you a reference of girl makeup and guy makeup since we are making a whole new face shape for the males, and I pinned back my hair just so I could get out of the way. First off, we are going to start with a little bit of foundation. I'm going to be using the Stay Matte by Rimmel. I know you can see that, but here we go, right here. And we're just going to put it all over your face. And I really do suggest using a beauty blender just so it gets all over your face and you don't have any blemishes. Hey guys, Tonalli just popping in here to clarify some things that I say in the video. In the video, I use the term male a lot. But what I actually mean is masculine. I just don't want to redo the whole video, so that's why I'm here just doing a voiceover, because a long video and doing the whole process over again is tedious and I just don't want to deal with that ever again. Anyways, I'd also like to tell you that this video is for stage makeup and that you shouldn't probably wear this out in the street since it looks weird outside in the actual sunlight than on stage. This video is for people who like play ensemble characters, who are cis female, who have to play a cis or masculine role. That's really it. Thank you guys for listening to me explain. Yeah, we'll get right back onto the video. So now that we got our base down, as you can see, it's very different shades because this is my everyday makeup, so I don't use any of my foundation. So, with that being said, anyways, after that, what we're going to do is we're going to do our brows. And as you can see here, I literally have eyebrows. So, if you're bold like me and shaved your eyebrows off, this is a tutorial for you. But if you're just here because you can do eyebrows, I will put a picture right here on how to do it. Thank you, Edgar Me. And we'll get back to how to do the eyebrows. Alright, so the products I will be using is the Milani brow color in the shade medium brown 03, using this angled brush to fill in what I have left in my brows that I shaved off. Take just a little bit, swish it around in there. What we're going to do is we're going to underline the brow, starting from the front to almost the edge of where your eye creases. That's where all the color and arch is gonna go. You kind of want to give that illusion of you having a brow if you don't have brows like I do. And then after that, after you get like the shape you want, there's my shape, woo, we're going to go right about where the outside of your eye meets your eyebrow, so like about right here. You're going to want to draw a line and almost draw in your arch. Like that. Boom shakalaka. And then you're going to fill it in. Fill that bad boy in. And you're not want to do anything to the front because I'll show you about the front. Okay, now that we filled it in with our brow gel, I'm gonna grab my Morphe X James Charles palette, and you can grab any palette, any dark shade or shade that you need for your eyebrow. I'm going to dip into the shade T, and I'm going to almost underline the brow to define it more, because guys' brows are more bushy and fuller than women's brows. Alright, so now that we have our base color is all set and ready for fake hairs, I'm going to dip into the shade Benny right here, and I'm going to make Fog's hairs. I'm going to make these hairs with the ankle brush. I put a little bit of Benny, and I'm just gonna flick, flick, flick. See? You can't see it on camera, but in real life, there are fake hairs. Okay, now we got the brown. Now we're gonna do with black only to give it just more dimension than it already is. So I'm going to dip in the shade of Spooky and give me some more dimension. Okay, so now that we're done with our eyebrow, I'm going to take the Instantly Lift Brow Pencil by e.l.f. I only use the spoolie to fluff out my eyebrow just to give it that, you know, look. That's an eyebrow. Alright, so now that we have our brow, I don't really like carving out the brow for a male character just because you want them to look very full and messy, because I'm not saying that men don't do their eyebrows. I'm just saying that most of them are just very messy and very full. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take my concealer brush by Morphe, and I'm going to dip back into my foundation shade, and I'm just gonna lightly carve it out just to give a little bit of a sharpness to it. There you go, your male brow. Boom. Alright, now we're going to work on the contour, yes, and highlighting. I'm going to put a picture here on the diagram that I'm going to be using. I'm going to take my powder brush. I'm going to take my LA Colors I Love Makeup contour palette, and I'm going to dip almost in like a cool tone, my cool tone shade and my browner shade, just to give it more effect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it higher. So my cheekbone is right here, so you want to take it a little bit higher just to give it that illusion of like a denser cheekbone. I don't know if that makes sense, but it will make sense when I show you. So we're gonna start at the right where your ear is, so then you get more of the color here than down here. So if you start here, all the color's gonna go here, and it's just gonna be looking weird up here. So you wanna start right here just to get all the color where you want it. And then once you take it right here, you wanna go a bit up just to give it that illusion. And then what I like to do is I like to almost suck in my cheeks so I get that bone structure down, and you want to get almost like that. I don't know what this is. Something that males have. So as you can see here, it's almost giving like that effect where I have that side of it, like that type of cheekbone that most male-like bone structures are. So now that we got our little contour going right here, so now we're going to dip back into those shades, the cool tone and the more brownie tone, and we're gonna go like alongside our cheekbone and past our ear almost. So about like right there is where you wanna get your contour, so then it makes you cut those people with that jawline, you know? And now that we have our cutting jawline, we're gonna go in and contour the inside of her face. This is what I call the inside of her face. I call this outside of the face. I'm going to take my fluffy packer brush from Morphe, and I'm gonna dip into the cooler and warmer tone just to give that little bronzy cool tone. And for males, they usually have more of a shadow down here, So what we're gonna do is we're gonna define it, because masculine faces have more of a shadow done. What you wanna do is you wanna find that crease right here, and you just wanna pop that shade in there. And boom, as you can see from this side that I didn't do, it really like almost brought down my chin, and that's what we want. That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay, so now we're going to do our nose contour, because that's kind of funky, kind of fresh. So for the nose contour, in those same shades that we did for our contours on our chin and cheekbones, what I like to do is I really take the shade on like almost the outside of my nose, where my almost a couple inches in, so like right there, and I only go halfway. And then I fluff it at the beginning of my brow. After that, we're going to take the shade here to make our nose seem bigger. Masculine faces have a bigger nose, and yeah, so we're just going to take it in the crease of where our nostril is to make it seem more forward and bigger. Okay, now that that's done, as you can see, it's getting more and more distinctive on what side is which. All right, now we're gonna take our fluffy brush again, and we're going to dip into those shades again. And since, like, as you can see here, I did my contour almost like in a 3 shape. 1, 2, and 3. What the shadows for a masculine face really have 1 and 2. So I'm just gonna pop the shade right here, put it there, just to give it that more of dimension. And what I like to do is I like to take my bronzer shade first, how I like each shade, and then I'll take my cool tone and I'll darken it up near where my hairline is, just to give it that illusion that I have that type of bone structure. Alright, now that contour is done, now we are going to start highlighting our face where the high points would be for a male. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Cover Stick in the shade Ivory to lighten up my face. And most of the time I lighten it up here where I did that contour in the middle of the face, at the brow bone, and right where my cheekbone would be, my cupid's bow, and the chin area. And sometimes I'll go in right here just to give a little more depth in my face. So now that our highlighting shade is down, I'm gonna go in with my trusty beauty blender and we're gonna blend it out. Okay, so now that our highlighting shade is blended out, once we're here, I'm just going to teach you how to do a stubble really quickly. So for stubble, they really have like a very tan shade where their hair grows. I'm going to teach you how to do a stubble and a mustache. So I'm going to dip in my shade, I don't know what shade that is, just kidding. My LA Colors, either makeup palette, this right shade. And I'm going to put it at my chin area just to bronze it up for the stubble. I'm also going to grab my other contour brush that I used earlier for my nose, dip in that same shade and put it where a mustache would go. Okay, now you can really see the difference of male and female makeup. Alright, now for the stubble, we are going to grab our angle brush. I don't know if you can hear the music, but so we're going to take our angle brush. I'm going to dip into the shade Benny once again, and I'm going to almost go from the bottom of my chin up. So almost like flick, oh. We're gonna restart that real quick. Once again, I'm going to dip in the shade Benny with my angle brush, and I'm going to not make a black line this time down the middle of my chin, and I'm going to actually, you know what, whatever. Oh, sometimes I really question why I'm a makeup artist. I'm not even a makeup artist. You know what, flick it down, it's better. Got on my lip. Awesome. Cool. That's always fun. Okay, now that we got our stubble down, now we're gonna go into some black and we're going to flick more. Alright, so now that we got our little stubble down on our chin, we're going to do the same thing up top on our mustache. You know what? I love it here being half woman, half man, you know? Anyways, so back to what I was saying. Now that we're done with the moustache, yes, I said moustache, wee baguette. Now what we're going to do is we're gonna focus on the eyes. I'm gonna take my fluffy packer brush, and I'm going to dip into my bronze shade, and I'm just going to bring it in and then just out. Fully. No, I'm not gonna wing it or anything, I'm just going to go straight out. And you want to focus it in the crease, bring it out, just to give your face a little more dimension. Alright, so now that we got our eye makeup done, or the base, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a darker brown. I'm going to dip in the shade T. I'm going to put it in my crease just to darken it up. And now that we deepened our shadow up and got like this very neutral look, we're now going to take our blush. And I'm going to be using the brush, Total Face Brush by e.l.f. You can see that I use it all the time. It's kind of gross, kind of nasty. And I'm going to be taking Milani blush in the shade Coral Cove number 5. All these products are from Amazon, so if any of you guys want to save some money or just don't want to go out because of COVID-19, I will put all the products in the link in the description box. I'm going to dip in this my pan, and I'm going to take the blush really high up, because as you can see, I have a different face shape now. I'm just gonna take it really high up. And I'm just gonna dust it, almost like how I did my contour. Just to give more of a dimension to my face, because it looks looking kind of flat, you know. I like to go under my eyes a little bit just to give it that more peachy pink look. And then I'm going to take some of my nose, just give it that pink feel, because my face is pink. There's a very pink undertone, just to give it that natural look. And there we go, our blush and stuff is done. We're almost done, guys. Almost done. We just need a little bit of highlight just to give it, that pop and look, because that's what I usually do. Alright, so for the highlight, we're just going to highlight where light would naturally hit your face. So if it hits your forehead, put a little bit on your forehead. If it hits your nose, put on a little bit on your nose. But I'm going to take the shade Ring Light, and I'm going to dip in with my angled fluffy brush. Tap a little bit off. I'm going to go on to where we put our highlight earlier. To give that little natural glow. Now I'm going to take it onto my nose, just a tad, a little bit on the bridge. Boom. Now I'm going to take some in my forehead because light does like to bounce off of my forehead. So I'm going to put some in the middle and put it out. Now I'm going to take some, and I like to put it on a little bit on my Cupid's bow, and a little bit in the inner corner, where that highlight shade was, and highlight the lower elbow more. And just to tie it in, a little bit of mascara. I'm using the Ego from Tarte in the shade Black. I don't know why that took me so long, but just to give, your lashes a little bit, because no one's going to see you up close until after the show, or after anything. This is the whole look. I will be giving side-by-side picture of what my face looks as female makeup and as male makeup. Hey guys, so hopefully you enjoyed this Makeup Monday. Click subscribe and hit the bell notification if you want to get more videos from our channel. More Makeup Mondays will be coming soon. And leave a like on the video if you like today's content. And go ahead and leave a comment down below on what your favorite character you have played in a production. We'd love to hear from you guys and your feedback, and hopefully you stay tuned for more. And this is Tonalli signing out. Bye guys!